We are back on Morning Line. It's our final segment with Dr. John Overholt. He's an allergist, the Allergy, Asthma, and Sinus Center. It's nice to have him on. And we were talking, chuckling about Mr. Bigglesworth. Remember in Austin Powers?
That's right, the hairless cat.
Yeah, the evil, Dr. Evil with his hairless cat. A lot of people, I have some friends that have hair pet allergies, and the hairless cat's the route they went. They're unusual looking creatures.
They are, indeed.
But it worked for them.
Sure.
It just works for them. You know, we talked about the flu shots going to break. We're in flu season right now, and there are those who claim, you know, flu, you get it from the flu shot. Not true. Not true. Just doesn't happen. I'm sorry if you feel you got the flu from the shot, but you got it probably, but it's not from the shot. What about allergy reactions to a flu shot?
There are allergy reactions to flu shots. They're super rare.
Okay.
A lot of what we see is people who've had a history of egg allergy. And you know, in the flu vaccine, they grow the virus, this attenuated virus, on an egg yolk protein.
Yeah, they kind of inject. It's kind of neat.
And so there's a very, very tiny amount of egg protein sometimes found in the flu vaccine. But even in people with rip-roaring egg allergy, they can still get the flu shot and they will not have a reaction to it.
Okay.
And so just go ahead and get the flu shot. You know, the flu shot works better in some years than others.
Yeah.
Last year, not a great year for the flu shot.
Right.
This year, we think it's going to be a much better match.
Yeah.
Since there's not really any downside to getting the flu shot, I know people say,
oh, there's plenty of people out there who aren't going to do it. They don't trust them.
And,
yeah.
You know, it can make you feel a little achy for a couple of days, but that's a lot better than getting influenza.
Yeah.
And there are so many other viruses. You know, the flu, which is sort of a fall-winter illness, can encompass any number of viruses. You know, parainfluenza virus, adenovirus, rhinovirus, all kinds of things. Influenza, which is what the flu shot, the influenza shot, works for, is just one virus. But it's the most severe of all of those and causes the most morbidity and mortality in the United States.
What about
worldwide?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a huge killer.
Yeah, and you're right, it can kill. So protect yourself against it. The other question, gluten. I know plenty of people who feel they have gluten allergies, and they have cut it out of their diet, and they swear it's helped, and I believe it has on some of them. What do you think?
So gluten is sort of three ways people present with gluten problems.
Okay.
The first of which is wheat allergy. And that really behaves like other food allergies do. People can get immediate symptoms, lip swelling, tongue swelling.
Sure.
Wheat, for some reason, commonly flares up eczema. So that's the same as like if you had a peanut allergy or a shrimp allergy. Okay. Then there's celiac disease, which is where the immune system mounts a very, very vigorous inflammatory response to the proteins found in wheat in the gut. And it causes malabsorption, it causes anemia because you don't absorb iron, it can cause other systemic symptoms, skin problems, dermatitis herpetiformis, and these sorts of things. And it has a spectrum of severity as well. Some people's symptoms are milder, some people's symptoms are worse.
Yeah.
Very good blood test for that. They can rule that in or out unless people have been really gluten-free.
What's it called again?
Celiac disease.
Celiac, I've heard that. Okay.
Yeah. And, but a gold standard test for that is still a small bowel biopsy. So. And then there's this entity of gluten sensitivity, where people, they never really found a pathologic problem or a pathophysiologic abnormality, but the people stop the gluten and they feel better.
Yeah.
That could be a couple things. One, when people stop eating gluten, they typically lower the amount of simple carbohydrates in their diet, which causes biochemical changes in the body. You're eating healthier, you have less insulin spikes, so you feel better, you have more energy, you lose weight. Those are all positive changes that can make people feel better. Okay. Gluten also might be a marker for other substances found in foods which cause people problems. And there's this thing called FODMAPs, which is a really long word, fermentable oligo polysaccharides, and
I'm impressed you even know it.
It's a big word. I have trouble even saying it. But those are basically substances that are found that are difficult for the body to digest.
Okay.
That can sometimes go along with gluten, and they give people bloating and gas and cramping and these sorts of things. So some of that might be FODMAPs. Some of it might just be the fact that you're changing your diet and your lifestyle, and that's helpful. Some of it might be mind over matter. But certainly, cutting gluten out of your diet is not harmful. It's not an essential component for life, and if it makes people feel better, you know, knock yourself out.
I think that third group you just described to me is what many of my friends are. Yeah. They may not actually be allergic to it, but they feel better for the very reasons you just said.
Absolutely.
And if that's fine.
And also, you know, it sort of causes you, when you're making changes like that, it causes you to also sort of focus on your health in general.
Yeah.
And so you might make other changes in your life which are beneficial as well.
I'm just not going to cut out pizza. Okay, and I'm just not a big fan of gluten-free crust. Sorry, I said it.
I'm
I know
right
some
there with
people
you.
say it's
I'm
fine.
a pizza snob.
Yeah, there you go. Let's go to Walter. Walter, good morning.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good.
All right.
What can we do for you?
Got a question. I have a daughter. She's a senior in high school. She plays football for the high school.
Wow. What position does she play?
She's she plays all over the daggone field, but she's a left guard and right guard.
Good for her.
And
Right.
she's defense. This is her 5th year of playing football. She started out playing football for 8th grade, and now, like I said, she's a senior.
Mm-hmm.
The question is that a record for the Middle Tennessee?
What's that?
A girl playing football for all 4 years of high school.
Well, it might be. Why? Does she have an allergy? Well, I mean, listen, stay on the horn, because that's kind of off base, because we're talking about allergies. I have no idea, but actually, is she out there banging with the guys? I mean, she's playing with men, right, or boys?
Yeah, she's playing with boys.
Okay, so she's out there on the field playing with them as a lineman, not a kicker.
Not a kicker.
Can you tell us what
That's
school
on
she's
the
playing?
line.
Yeah, where does she play? What school?
High school, Lebanon High School.
Lebanon High School. Hey, stay on the line. I'm going to get your phone number, all right?
Okay.
I appreciate it. He's off topic, but that's okay. He probably just tuned in, because sometimes we do open phones Thursday on Thursday, and he may have thought that's what it was.
That's fine. That's
so
fine.
appreciate his call, but actually that could be a cool story.
Yeah.
I've heard of girls playing on teams. Usually as they get older, they maybe place kickers and the like, but if she's playing offensive and defensive line.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Those dudes are big.
That might be a good story. I'll get his number and call and follow up with her, with him. Real quick, as we wrap things up, I wanted you to hit just again on some of the over-the-counter as opposed to the prescription drugs that you prescribe for your patients.
So a good starting point for someone who's having nasal allergies, simple over-the-counter medications, antihistamines are usually the first thing people reach for, and they're very effective.
All right.
The most common ones would be Claritin, Zyrtec, Allegra, or their sort of generic or off-brand
And they
equivalents.
work great. We just have 2 minutes left. I want you to give your word of warning that I'm sure you will about folks that like to buy those nose sprays over the counter that clear you like a bell, but even to me, in the small print, you read it. You don't want to use it more than 2 days in a row.
Yeah, 3 days in a row. After that, you get rebound nasal congestion.
I had a friend who got addicted to it, I think.
Yeah, so when you stop, it's worse than it was before. You need more. You need it more frequently.
Yeah.
It's a short-term cure, long-term disaster.
When would you suggest using it? Because my thing is, based on that, I just don't want to use it.
I usually start people with that nose spray along with a nasal steroid spray.
Okay.
So that after 3 days, A, that helps prevent the rebound.
Okay.
And B, once they get off that, it takes a while for the nasal steroid spray to work. So when they stop the decongestant spray, the steroid spray is
I can see how it can work. And real quick then, so talk about those other not over-the-counter prescription, Nasonex, Flonase.
Yeah, Flonase and Nasacort are available over the counter now, but only for short term, only for a couple weeks at a time. It's cheaper to get a generic prescription like generic Flonase, but there are multiple other different branded kinds, Nasonex, Rhinocort, Q-Nasal, Zetona. There's 18 different brands.
Okay. Dr. Overholt, where are you guys located again? Allergy, Asthma,
We have
Sinus
11
Center?
locations in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah.
You can go to our website, which is allergyasc.com.
Look, there's your number.
And there we are.
That's probably,
We're on the
you call
screen
that
right
number,
now.
866-231.
And they will direct you to the appropriate office.
And I bet you're busy this time of year.
Busy all year.
Busy all year. You're terrific.
Thanks, man.
Really appreciate it. I mean, the way you answered it. Gosh, that's great. I could talk to you forever. Allergies affect a lot of people's lives, but there's relief there.
Indeed.
Just
we can
seek it
help you out.
Doctor, thank you for coming on.
You're welcome.
Appreciate
Thanks for
it.
having us.
Take a break. Be back with a programming note right after this, everyone. Stay with us.